why your kids don't like you. Hey, my name is Sean, and I make these videos to be helpful, not hurtful. Do you do your homework yet? Because you remind and nag so much. Don't forget to wear your coat. Vegetables, eat your vegetables. Do that. Stop. Don't. Sports stuff, clean it up. Sit down first and do what you need to do. There's a fine line between helping our kids with executive functioning, helping them to get where they need to go and do what they need to do, and nagging, reminding. A fine line. And if you do not thrive in that line, well then in time, bad things are gonna happen. The relationship's gonna break down. Your kid might start tuning you out, might have a bad attitude with you, might get defiant, or what I see could be the worst of all these things is that you have a kid who becomes codependent on you. You're nagging, you're reminding, you're rescuing, you're hand-holding for them to live their life. One of the horrible outcomes is a nagging or reminding pattern is your kid just shuts down. Just shuts down and just turns their heart off away from you because they're just sick of it. Mom, will you just stop? So sick of this. Please leave me alone. Now, good news, there's a lot of ways to solve a nagging or reminding pattern. And it mainly starts up here with us in our minds and our fears. The reminding or nagging parent needs to do this inner work and really get to know themselves and ask themselves, what are the fears that are underneath the behavior? What are the fears that are driving the constant reminding? You can even use the comments right now and type in what fears are driving it for you. Sometimes a parent will say to me, Sean, it's not my fears. I just like helping. I just like parenting. And while that motivation may not be in fear, it might be in ego or selfishness. Because it's like you are over-parenting your kid because it makes you feel good. You are over-parenting your child because the outcomes helps you to feel like a good parent. Most parents addicted to nagging and reminding, they just convince themselves. It's like they say to themselves, if I don't do this, then it won't get done. If I don't remind, then my child won't do it. Nagging is all they listen to. You think about it, that's kind of like a sad thing to say to your kids or about your kids. I asked to be helpful, like what the heck is going on between you and your child that you feel like that's the only way to parent them, the only way to guide them or teach them through nagging or reminding. Like, what is up with that? We all have these invisible parenting toolboxes. I can't see yours and you can't see mine. The reality is that nagging and reminding is just not a great tool. And if you live with a parent who's just constantly nagging or reminding, well, then you know how painful that is. It's not a fun roommate situation. You might build up resentment or anger or worse. Here's 3 quick tools on how to free yourself from that pattern. The first tip is to change your self-talk. That's right, change the way you think. This plays out in a way so that when your mind says to you things like, make sure you remind them, oh, they're gonna forget unless you nag them. Make sure. You speak back to your mind with truth and goodness. And you say things like, I need to trust my child. They need to learn things on their own. I can't force my will. They are their own person. Too much of me is sometimes a bad thing. I'm raising an independent adult here. I cannot overparent them. It's okay. It's okay. The number 2 pointer would be to give up control. You see, nagging and reminding, it can be a manifestation of just control. You just want things your way and you are a control freak. So if you want to free yourself from this, well then do the process of giving up control. Let your child do things their way. It might be painful. It might be hard. They might fail, they might even suffer. That is a part of good parenting, and that is part of raising strong, independent children. And the third tip is to talk. Talk to your kids, talk to your family, and ask for help. Say, guys, I really want to work on this. I want to stop reminding and nagging, but I need your help. Can we partner up? Can we make a plan? So that I don't feel like I have to nag or remind so much. Like I don't want to feel alone in this. Can we please talk about things that I can change, but things that you guys can change, which will help me to change. My name is Sean. I have lots more helpful tools. My podcasts are that link.